could start by rounding off the Scottish Cup stories through last weekend. You spoke about how pleased you were to get through a tricky tie, and we've been able to draw Stenhousemuir at home in the next round.
Yeah, like first and foremost, as I said, you want to be or you need to be in the hat for the next round. We done that, and then the next thing that you want is a home draw. I know that there's ones out there that probably want the Celtic or Rangers away financially for what it does, and a lot of clubs would have been looking for that. But the football inside, you want a home draw regardless of who it's against, and it's Stenhousemuir. It's going to be a tough game. We know that. They had a great win last night against Cove to put them top of that league as well. So it's not to say that because the league's below us, it makes it an easy game. Far from it. But it's maybe six weeks away from now. But it's certainly something in January to look forward to, another round in the cup, and like the Edinburgh City game, a chance to get through into the next round again. That's the ultimate aim for us, is to go and get a cup run. So no, we're first and foremost pleased to be in the hat, and then pleased to get a home draw.
But focus will quickly return to league action as we come back to KDM Group East End Park on Saturday against Hamilton.
Yeah, and like again, we've got to take in the positives from Saturday's game, which you look at the ultimate positive, it was a victory. There's not been too many of them recently, so the players have got to take that in and be greedy to go and get more, and build on that win, getting into what is a really busy month coming up. So we want to go in with the positives from that game, and add bits and pieces to it that we believe we can do, and get back to creating chances and being a real threat, particularly here at home. So no, it's a game we're looking forward to. It'll be a tough game. Hamilton off the back of really a tricky game as well, away to Bankside, and they come through that. I know John had come out and says he wasn't overly pleased with the second half performance, but I'm sure when he sat down and watched it, they're in the next round as well. So no, look, it's two teams that will be desperate to win, because both teams know they can create a gap between us and them. We know we can overtake them as well. So there's a lot at stake this weekend.
In terms of team news, how are we looking for squad availability?
Good. The only definite one out is Craig Whiting. He had his knee drained and injected with a steroid and an anti-inflammatory, so he's working away well, and he has settled. Lewis is fully training. Lewis will be available, and the other one, Chris Kane, is still touch and go, but we're all hopeful that he'll be available come Saturday as well.
Touching on those forward options that might or might not be available on Saturday, but then you spoke about after the Edinburgh City game, Dapple getting his first goal for the club, Josh Cooper getting a start and making an impact, Taylor Sutherland coming off the bench and making an impact as well. There's lots of players staking claims for starting spots in those forward areas for you.
There isn't. Look, we've got a lot of players in those areas as well, a lot of different options you can add into that, like Kane Richie Hosler, Matty Todd, David Witherspoon. There's loads of players in that area. Obviously Chris Kane and Lewis hopefully in the squad as well. So we need to pick a team to start, and then ones that can affect the game as well. I'm really impressed with Dapple getting his first goal. We're all urging him to get that, so we're delighted that's out the road now. Taylor's been excellent across the board really, and just for a young kid finding his way in the game, he's doing fine, and progressing all the time. So the ones you said, and the big one for me is having Lewis back. I think that's really important to the way we play and what we try and do. Lewis is a real threat. We'd seen that just before his injuries. He had scored a couple of important goals, but taking the goals away, just the work he gives you and the way he plays the game and what he does in games, even probably with a poor performance of Lewis's standards, when he thinks he's been poor, he still adds an awful lot to our team. So we're delighted to have him back.
Was one of the biggest things for you last weekend the fact that when you look at both goals, really decisive play, charging forward, picking either the correct pass or taking the shot at the right time in terms of the second goal, and was that decision making really pleasing for you in the final third last weekend?
Yeah, I think the first goal in particular is chances we've been creating, like getting into good areas, balls across the box, and there's been times we've bemoaned the fact that we're not in those areas and it's not to say to always score it, but to get a chance from it, because it was a really good bit of play, and it's a good goal when you watch it back. The second goal was Matty doing what he does, and sometimes you earn your luck. He was really unlucky with the one he has from distance that the goalkeeper tips over the bar. And then, just been wanting to go and directly attack other teams. That's when Matty's really good, and that's what he done for the second goal. But I think on the whole, we only scored 2 goals, but we created a lot of good chances through good attacking play. So we need to carry that on into Saturday, and then add the bit that had been missing earlier in the season when I had come out and spoke about creating these chances a lot, that we weren't on it. And as I say, it's not always to make sure they go in. You can't do that. Like, it's not. You want to be greedy, you want to score as many as you can, but first and foremost, you need to get the players in those areas. And from Saturday, hopefully, we're starting to do that, and we can take that into this week.
Last game at KDN Group East End Park prior to Christmas, so you'll be hoping that the fans turn up in good numbers and you could send them home happy.
Yeah, and they will, again, and it's like a broken record, but going back to say that it starts with us first and foremost. We need to get them out of their seats. We need to get them behind the team, and by doing that, you're playing on the front foot, creating chances. That's what gets the fans excited here. Scoring goals are being a real threat in the opposition half. So look, we know that's what we're trying to do on Saturday. And look, if we do that, this crowd will get behind us. We know that we've been here long enough now. So it starts with us on Saturday. We're getting them involved in the game, getting them behind us, and hopefully we all go home happy.